year. Let's fucking go. We about to go big. Kill him with the prize pig. Let's fucking go. You watching Contact. Year. You can thank him after. Let's fucking go. About to go big. Kill him with the prize pig. Let's fucking go. About to go big. Kill him with the prize pig. 24/7 researching, it's all a fantasy. But if it makes the right plays, it pays automatically. Bankroll showing that I know it dope strategy. On a winning streak, I'm stacking a dose of the bookies, all get mad at me. Confident with power plays, not clicking on a flex today. 10 times the money, and we all about to get paid. Arrogant Josh on the stream, they be killing it. Never gonna stop it, I like if you feeling it. Taking the players, they all never time. You can't make up your mind and just go with your gut. Fantasizing, Sasha Cloud. Gabby Williams said, watch your mouth. They 1 and they 2, I play the over, they come through. Jackie Young and Kelsey Plum, pick them both, we stacking them. Going big to the maximum, just push them and we cashing them. Let's fucking go. We about to go big. Kill him with the prize pig. Let's fucking go. You watching Contact. You can thank him after. Let's fucking go. About to go big. Kill him with the prize pig. Let's fucking go. About to go big. Kill him with the prize pigs. We about to go big.
This is the game.
You watching Contact.
Let's get hunting.
You can thank him after. About to go big. Kill him with the prize pig. About to go big. Kill him with the prize pigs.
All right, let's go. What up, crew? We are live on Wednesday, June 29th. Now, we have a special guest with us today. It's not Gunn like we had planned. Unfortunately, our schedules just couldn't line up, and he has some baseball obligations to do today. But we do have one of our key crew members, Kay, joining us. So it's going to be a 3-man crew. We're going to really try to break this down in case people want to use their big card for the free 5K entry. We're going to really try to hone in on this and get it as a crew. So what's up, fellas? How you doing?
What's going on, Josh?
What's going on, everyone?
What's up, Cade? Good to have you. I know you guys
Thanks,
were able to get in the stream that day I was off, and it's nice to have all three of us here.
For sure. Big day, man. Big day.
It is a good day. I feel like these are two matchups. If everything goes okay, we don't get some weird blowouts or we get like a Dallas performance like last night where they just don't show up. I think both these games hold so much potential for prop betting. You got the rematch of Indy and Phoenix. Two fast-paced teams, not good defenses, obviously. And then two really solid playoff teams. Could be a playoff preview in Seattle and Las Vegas. So I'm really excited about both these games. It is a late lock for both of them, so we have plenty of time here. Lock, I believe, is at 10 p.m. Eastern for both. Both start at the same time. So
Yep.
we're going to be waiting for some props though to drop later because they're waiting on some news, and maybe it'll drop. We'll keep an eye out as the show goes on. But yeah, I think we can spend a lot of time since we have time today before lock. I think we can spend a lot of time after analysis, breakdown, and game theory. We can spend more time with card construction as a unit with the 3-man crew and try to really pick our favorite card out of like a set of 3 or something like that. Any key news you guys wanted to go over? Because I'm just catching up. I just got to my desk, so.
I don't think we really have anything we're waiting on right now.
Chelsea Gray updates?
Yes.
No idea, man.
She didn't travel with the team, right?
I'm hearing conflicting things about it, so I just saw something like an hour ago. They said she did. She's not on the injury report or something.
Yeah, I assume that's why we're missing some props for Las Vegas at the moment. Yeah, so we're going to have to figure that out. That's key. But I think other than that, everything else is as expected. Okay. let's catch up with chat as people are trickling in, and we'll just dive into the first game.
Well, okay, Chelsea Gray is with the team. She's in Seattle, so she's probably going to play.
Okay.
Okay.
They just posted on their Twitter about it.
That's unfortunate for some of the props that we liked for Las Vegas, but I will update that now. For those who didn't know or didn't play earlier this week, I think I was on a Monday. She was ruled out for personal reasons, so I missed the most recent game. Okay. All right, let's see what chat's got. Mike always in here first. Love it, Mike. He says, please break down how Tina Charles will affect Seattle. More specifically, how it will affect my girl, Stewie. 100%. That's been a topic of discussion since yesterday, or even since earlier this week. We've been excited about it, but also nervous about it because we don't know, right? So we're just obviously guessing and trying to see how this piece of the puzzle will fit. Obviously, with the new team member like her who contributes so much and will eat up usage, it's going to be hard to predict how their chemistry is going to work out, and it's going to take time for them to build chemistry. You see it with any team that gets a late acquisition, a key acquisition like her. So there might be some growing pains, but yeah, it's gonna. We'll try our best to hash that out. Jatoa said, "Yo, sup fam? What's up, Jatoa? Saw you cooking it up earlier today. We had similar leans too, so I like that." Emerson Baby Gapster said, y'all been a minute. I've been out vacationing doing the fam thing. Hey, I feel you. I did that last week. He said, still am at the moment, Dad, sim time, and he's passed out, so I'm getting WNBA info fixing. Awesome. Glad you're here, Emerson. Yeah, that new intro song, man, I love it. Underrated did such a good job. I like to listen to it now when I'm at the research station breaking down game film or researching. Get hyped. I really like the song, though. Cowboy's here. What's up, Cowboy? He said, where you at, kid? Can't see you. I don't think he has his camera set up. Sheriff said, I took last night off, so we're ready to fire some bullets today, bros. Good thing you took last night off, Sheriff, because we got burned on a key play for sure. Just like the night before that. It's been like one player that just has burned us. Robert said, I like Asia rebounds over her fantasy tonight, getting up there. Yeah, I'll definitely get into that. Cowboy said, Bird might drop 20 assists tonight. Definitely potential, right? Definitely potential. With all those shooters now. And Jatoa said in response, Cowboy just jinxed that Bird will get like 2 assists now. Right? Everyday Fantasy said, I'm liking Bird points, Petty points. Okay. All right. It seems like everyone in chat is so far excited for these games like we are. So let's get into it. All right. So we just saw this. We'll start with the Indy Phoenix game. We just saw this matchup, 2 days ago. And I think we got to take it with a grain of salt because Taurasi had a legendary shooting night. What was she? 7 of 15 from 3. Dominated usage, definitely in the first half too. Yeah, I think you could maybe see similar production here with Tina Charles out. We expected Taurasi and Skylar to pick up the slack here, but I did not expect this Taurasi to go 7 of 15 from 3. And as a result, she just didn't pass the ball. In Indiana, Kelsey did her usual thing and got there with her points. And I believe she cleared her PRA as well. But her assist, she hooked right at 4 or pushed maybe. I forget what it was at. And Melissa had a a solid game. She started off really strong early on and then kind of faded towards the second half. And Indy was in the game right there with Phoenix, majority of it till I believe what was it in the third quarter when Taurasi just kept bearing threes. So I think Phoenix they were around 7-8 point favorites on Monday, and they're 7 again today at home again. It makes sense, but I think Indy can keep it close, especially if Taurasi doesn't shoot lights out again. But I think Skylar could have a big game tonight, which we all liked and talked about since last night, which we'll get into. But I think we should start with the visiting team, Indiana. What are your guys' early leans? And we can start with Eric, and then Cade, you can give yours. Go from there.
Yeah, so just a few things, I guess, from Indiana here. They are on the road, so take that with a grain of salt. I'll give a little shout out to Queen Egbo here. It's her birthday, so we might see a little bit of a narrative there. They kind of, I think, overcorrected her lines, so she is and has been due for a bounce back here. I wouldn't mind either her 1.5 stocks, or I actually really liked her first half PRA at 7. Most of her production has kind of fluctuated from her first half. If she's staying on the floor, she's really productive. But if she's getting into foul trouble, then she's going to lose a lot of minutes here. The pace of this game is just pretty insane. We had so many threes on both sides of the ball here, and not only that, but just a ton of trips to the free throw line. And for me, I think that's one thing that I want to highlight for this one. I really like Kelsey Mitchell, her 3 free throws. Her season average on the road has been just over 4 and almost 4.5 for attempts made, and about 4 for actual free throws made. So I like that. 1 point there's kind of a cushion in this pace up matchup. She's going to have the ball in her hands a ton, and actually really like that watching the game footage, especially from this more recent one. She was just driving a ton and doing a lot of lane cuts there, and really just keeping the defense as wore out as possible and drawing out a couple extra fouls. And for this, if you're going to have some blowout risk, it's going to be a low prop line for us. I guess, Cade, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I agree on that.
I think you hit most of them. Queen's birthday, she burned me last game, but not on the rebounds. So I think I'm good for 6 rebounds. She was in big foul trouble, still got 6.
Yeah,
I think she's good for at least 6 today.
She picked up 4 total fouls. I forget, did she get majority of them in the first half? I know she lost out on some minutes. Let me look at the rotation here. Yeah, she lost out on some first quarter run, right? So I think she got those early on.
Yeah,
1 foul in the first quarter. So she got pretty much a foul per quarter. Okay.
Yeah.
That's usual for her, though. It's like the MO, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, NaLyssa, her rebound's always live. It's always good to target Phoenix on the glass because of how many threes they take and how poor a rebounding team they are. They're still bottom rebounding. They're 10th out of 12th. They're dead last now in rebound percentage. Tina Charles gone, that makes the rebound even worse. I get it if you want exposure with rebounding on Indiana side. Could you guys get behind NaLyssa's 9.5? I feel like it's right there.
I liked her PRA. She was when I was watching the game, the first 3 quarters, she was just dominating Sophie because Sophie was on her and she's just too small. Mm-hmm. She had 2 or 3 N1s, I think, just in that time frame. And she was grabbing every rebound. And they bumped it now, so I'm not really too interested anymore. It's too tight for me.
Yeah, it's right there on the line. And they didn't really give us any other. They only give us Victoria's rebound. That's it for Indiana. I wish we could have got access to like Robinson or maybe one of the bench pieces. We'll have to see, but I want to click on Egbo's rebound, but her foul trouble and inconsistency just really scares me. But with it being the birthday narrative, extra motivation. That's what you need for rebounding.
Yeah, she's a rebounding machine too.
Okay,
yeah, I think she got 4 in the fourth quarter. Yeah, I'm not positive, but she was. I already marked her down as a loss in the first half or first 3 quarters, and then she pushed, so I was pretty happy.
And then who was surprisingly efficient was Danielle Robinson relative to her performance. Although she made like a crazy fadeaway 3-pointer, which put her above her point prop, put her at 7. Yeah, I feel like she's just like a carrot on the stick, just begging you to click on her because how low her lines are, but the usage isn't there. And I don't know. I mean, it is a good matchup. You guys are avoiding her? I would say her PRA or fantasy.
I kind of like Vivian's fantasy if you were to play a side piece for Indiana. Okay. She had, I think, 3 stocks and 0 turnovers. The only starter that didn't get a turnover. So,
yeah.
If she can get those rebounds and assists, then she should be able to get there. But that's kind of the issue with her recently. She's been struggling to get rebounds and assists.
All right, so I'm going to mark from what we discussed because I didn't really have a strong lean on Indiana today. I'm going to mark Kelsey Mitchell's first with her free throw. Is that right?
Yeah, free throw.
And then her PRA.
Yeah. It's at 3, though, the prop.
It's at 3?
Okay. Yeah.
And then what was Victoria? 22.5?
Yeah, I think so.
And then I'll just do honorable mention. Egbo's 60. Why not? I think it has a chance to push. And then do you think we're gonna get any bench pieces like Emily? Did we get her last on Monday? I forget because they dropped props really late on Monday.
I don't think we did.
This new thing where they're putting the jersey trips me out because I think it's the team starters props. Because they used to just have like the dark silhouette, right?
Right. They've been switching it back and forth recently.
Yeah, it had it this morning, and then they switched it up earlier.
Okay.
Yeah, Indiana's not too appealing in this one. Feels
never. Like. I mean, worst offensive rating and
even in this matchup, it's still not too attractive.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let's just go ahead and move to Phoenix, which I think will have a lot more interest here. Since last night, as you know, Cade, I was talking to you. I think Skylar was probably my favorite play, and I made her the cover girl. I just think she could have easily cleared her point prop, this 19.5, which she had on Monday, too. Easily, if she got some fouls called, the refs just let her get basically trampled on layups, and she wasn't getting the calls, and she was getting mad.
She also was passing up open shots to make an extra pass, which is kind of unlike her. I feel like.
Yeah, I think they were just trying to feed Frosty because she was like on fire. Because like I noticed they did like the where they sub a player out so to give the fans a chance to cheer her on, and the bench, they were kind of making it her night, like serenading her all night. I think I expect we're going to see that going forward with Tina gone. I expect Taurasi and Skylar to switch off nights where they go off, or maybe some nights they just both get it done with average lines. But we should see spike games from either one night to night. So I think this could be Skylar's night for sure. So I really like her 19 points.
She shot 33%. That's not normal for her.
Yeah. I mean,
I really think she's getting 20.
She cleared her 1.5 3-point prop that last game on Monday, and they have it up again today. I can say you go with that, but I kind of just want her 19.5 points.
I think she had 5 points in the very beginning of the game, then nothing the rest of the first half. and then she scored the remainder of her points in the second. So yeah, I really think she could get near 15 points in the first half. I really do.
Yeah, I really like her today. So I'm gonna mark that. And then I think we can go right back and pair it with go right back to Petty's assist at 3.5.
For sure.
Strong correlation there. I mean, Petty should have had even more assists.
Petty is there. Looks like most of the time she was handling the ball up the court, even with Diana and Skylar out there. So
yeah,
she should have had way more assists. Second half, her team they're just missing shots off her passes. She probably should have 6, 7, 8 assists.
Yeah, Sophie missed some threes in the second half. Tarasi missed some threes, and she took 15 of them. Yeah, I really like it. Again today, I'm surprised. I thought it was going to open at 4 at least. Hopefully, it stays at 3.5 by the time we build our cards.
Yeah.
But we'll see. And then I'm done with Brianna Turner. We targeted her pretty heavily that day. She was missing easy layups, which is like all she can do.
Weak on the glass.
Yeah,
so she got 8 rebounds.
They opened her at 8 again today, and then dropped her again down to 7.5, like they did on Monday. She barely cleared that on Monday.
Yeah, watching that game, she couldn't get a rebound. She was getting, even by Queen when she was out there, she was not getting rebounds. Melissa especially just dominating glass.
Yeah.
She just plays so much though, so she can always fall into 8 rebounds. But out there, she's kind of. I was shocked to see how little effort I don't say little effort, but she was having very little success out there on the glass.
For sure. Are you avoiding her too, Eric?
Yeah, probably today. I mean, we have a handful of reasonable options. I don't think there's enough incentive to go there with the risk.
And Eric, are you with us on Skylar, or do you want to go with Diamond off the bench because she's been productive still? I would be hesitant to play the target like 2 offensive production players for Phoenix. I know they can clear, but it just makes me nervous that one just has a spike game like we saw on Monday.
Yeah, and especially with the emergence of a couple of, casting characters that I feel like we kind of forgot about earlier on in the season when we actually had some of these props, like Cunningham, for example. She's a real streaky player, but if she sees some time on the floor, she's a very productive player. Gets a few rebounds and will rack up a few assists, and it will definitely take a few 3 shots. I think if I'm going to go on any of the secondary pieces or outside of Tarasi or Skylar, it'll probably just be Cunningham. I think Petty assists is probably our safest play from Phoenix side over here.
Yeah.
I do agree with you guys on Skylar. If you look at her home road splits, her home season average for points is like 22 or almost 23. And she's definitely been very underwhelming in this huge pace up spot. So hopefully the refs will blow the whistle a little bit more, especially the first half. It seemed like the end of the first quarter, she expended a lot of her energy trying to drive and get a lot of foul calls. And so it wasn't really until she came back out of the first half break where we saw her explode again and really start to push the paint and drive. And hopefully this time, if we get a different officiating crew, they'll actually call some of them, because some of those were just so blatant. I mean, she got slapped in the face and they didn't call it. Like,
oh yeah,
what do you do on that one? So
yeah,
with this one, hopefully being another home game with them, she's bound for another 20+ real point game here. It might be 20 exactly, but she's due for one.
I agree.
Speaking of Sophie, the coach is really giving her a long leash with the fouls. She got 2 really early, I think, and they still kept her playing the whole time, just normal run. So
yeah,
her first half props are extremely juiced.
Even with that brace on her arm. Yeah, I played her point prop on Monday. I felt like it was way too low. What was it, like 6.5 or 7.5 or something like that? It was crazy low.
Now it's 7.5 for the first half and 10.5 I think for full game. So if you like the
Yeah.
under, the first half it's really juiced.
Yeah, she the first half she got really hot from 3, and then she just disappeared in the second half. I think she hit like a couple more buckets, but yeah, she was on fire. Her and Tarasi were both on fire in that first half. Okay, speaking of first half, I know there's people out there. There's the first half fans and people that like the first half.
Maniacs.
Let's take a look at Phoenix. And if there's any discounted things that we would be interested in. We always like Diamond for her first half props, but that was when she was starting.
I like her first half fantasy.
12, okay.
She was a real spark plug on defense for them. I think she had a couple stocks in the first half.
She did.
Destroyed the fantasy.
I remember that. Yep. Okay, we can add that for the first half crew out there. Any others that stood out to you guys? I'm not seeing anything. I guess we should end on Deanna. I'm kind of just like giving up on her. I've been playing her assist because it's been so low for her, but she just doesn't look to pass anymore, man. She's just shooting, and why pass?
Too low.
Yeah, why pass when you're playing the worst defense in the league? You're just gonna chuck it, especially at home. Treat it like a practice, a scrimmage where you can just improve your 3-point shooting. Do you guys want to target her points or her 3-point?
I just say the threes.
Yeah,
3-point is too low.
If you're gonna go first half, you're getting a little edge on the real points there, under 9. Since if she's just chucking threes, we just need 3 there.
Or some free throws.
Yeah, that even.
Okay, let's do that. Let's add her.
And I think her free throw full game props are still in play.
Yeah.
Is it at 4?
Well, interesting note for her. Yeah, 4. For her 3-point prop, I think she has 4 and 7 this year against Indiana. So if she shoots 15 times again, she's going to hit at least 3. At least. So.
Yeah, I mean, with Tina gone, I expect to see this game to game. Tarasi and Skylar taking 15 plus shots each.
Yeah, and 15 of 17 all from 3. That's pretty crazy.
Yeah. I mean, at her age, she's not going to want to drive to the basket anymore, right?
I mean, you'd think that, but she still went to the free throw line, 5 or 6 times?
Crafty like Chris Paul. Crafty at getting those fouls.
Yeah, she would always try to get a foul. She's trying to get M1 4-point plays,
Yeah. Okay. Let's catch up with chat, and then we'll move on to the next game, unless you guys got any other honorable mentions. No. I mean, Tarasi definitely dominated glass last game, but a lot of variance there with guard rebounding, but they kept it at 3. If you wanted a low line for her too. But yeah, I think all her low lines you could maybe consider. I'm not touching the assist, so I would maybe consider it if they dropped it to 2.5 eventually.
Hopefully they could bump down to 2.5.
Yeah. And then, so we'll go on to the next game after we catch up with chat. I think we can probably going to need to spend a little more time on this game because of the unknown factors. But all right, let's see what chat's got for us. Where's the bots at? I miss them.
Not here yet.
Emerson said Dinosaur kicked the fucking dust off that last game. Yeah, she did. It was kind of like Sue Bird over the weekend, last weekend when she was in New York. She just had one of those games where she wasn't missing. She made that last second three to seal it, and the crowd, even the New York crowd, gave her a standing ovation. Elena Chandler said they don't have her on here, but that does change the dynamic of how others are going to play minutes, points, rebounds. I think she's talking about Chelsea Gray.
Yeah.
Jato, a big and breaking NBA news. DeJounte Murray traded to Atlanta. I mean, that was the prediction, and I still don't understand it. I guess Trae Young's now going to be a 2-guard. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. Emerson said, "What's Queen's blocks? Did they give us a stock?"
1.5.
Oh yeah, I marked that one here. Yeah, it's her birthday, man. Maybe she wants to send a ball to the stands.
Didn't give us her turnover prop today. She crushed it last time with those offensive fouls.
Yeah, she likes to do that. She's like Cat, WNBA. Sorry, I'm just going through the chat because they're having side combos here. Okay, Cowboy said, "Who else is dancing with Dirty Deanna tonight?" Hey, man, that's all you. I'm out on that. Emerson said, "Sophie should shoot as well, the 3. Yeah, for sure. I mean, Phoenix is going to chuck it from 3. Chito said, "Deanna can't keep this pace up. She's going to hit the wall soon." Hey, we saw it, right? That span of games where completely hit the wall, did nothing.
For sure. I don't think I've seen her have 2 really good games in a row, so
yeah,
I'm a little hesitant on her today. But
yeah,
this is the spot for her, I guess, in this matchup.
That's kind of my thinking. That's why I'm like, that's what makes me like Skylar even more. Okay, let's move on to the next game. So, do we have any updates on the board? Nope, nothing yet. Okay,
of course not.
Okay, so obviously the one thing that stood out to me, all of us, which we played on Monday, was Jackie Young's 3.5 rebounds. We liked it even more so since Gray was out on Monday. Now the question is, do we still like it just as much, or do we pull back a little bit with Gray playing? And I will say that the last time these two teams played, it was the beginning of the season, but Hamby almost had 20 rebounds, season high for her, and then Asia had I believe 15, and so that's always something to be scared of, them soaking up all the rebounds on the glass as two monsters. What are your guys' thoughts? That was like the first thing that stuck out for me with Las Vegas.
Yeah, Hamby's definitely a favorite of mine today.
Yeah, she just had her contract extension, right?
So yeah, she got a multi-year contract, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it does look like Gray is there. They're doing their shoot around right now. I'm not sure if she's going to be limited in any kind of capacity, but I think the prop is honestly right there on the line. Young's rebound kind of versus this team has been right around that 3 marker. So I'd feel a little bit better if Gray was going to be out for this one. It's not, I wouldn't say it's a bad play, but it's definitely not a high mid-tier play or a top tier like it was.
Yeah, totally agree.
So, I mean,
you go.
If I was gonna throw some at you guys, if you had to choose, because I wouldn't play 2 rebound props, obviously from the same team with negative correlation there, but out of Jackie and Hamby and Asia, which rebound prop would you go with the most if you had to pick one?
Hamby. Hamby all day for me. She's averaging almost 10 a game on the road this year. She's just way above her prop.
Yeah, that's what stood out to me last night before I saw any of the props for Las Vegas, because I thought Jackie's rebound would get bumped up, so I didn't even consider her. Hamby was like the first thing on my mind for rebounding. Because the reason I asked you guys this and trying to hash this out is that Seattle, as we all know, is one of the worst rebounding teams. They're second worst behind Phoenix, so definitely makes sense to target some rebound props on Las Vegas, especially with these glass monsters and Hamby and Asia.
Yeah, versus Seattle, we always see them. The other teams are going to play their bigs way more, probably the most minutes. If you look at all these teams, like their bench, their bigs get huge minutes, and their starters as well. So I think Hamby might get more minutes than average today, and she's already a great rebounder. So give her a few more minutes. I think she gets double-digit rebounds today.
I'm with you on that. What's your thoughts, Eric?
Yeah, I'm definitely with that. Just, coming through her kind of previous 4 years here, and any kind of game where she's getting, mid to high 20s and run, she's pretty much smashed that prop. But I will kind of play a little devil's advocate for the other side here. This will be the first game with Tina Charles, and the first time that we're going to see, she's a much, much better defender and well more established player than Ezzy, which we've seen, hopefully now we'll get to that here in a minute on the other side of things, but just kind of, a little bit in the back of your head here, this is going to be almost a completely different team from Seattle on the other side here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
For sure. Okay. So I'm going to go with Cade. I'm going to choose Hamby 1, Jackie 2, and then Asia 3. I mean, Asia is the best rebounder in the league. It's just due to how high the prop is relative to what Hamby and Young are set at.
For sure.
What about you, Eric? Are you sticking with Jackie as your number 1 for a rebound?
No, that one's definitely going to get a bump down now. And sorry if anybody got, mixed signals there, because we were under the impression that she was not with the team as well. So I guess they either overnighted or chartered her out there early today. But I think Hamby, now with the incentive plus proven history, is got to be our number 1 play. And they actually bumped it down from her last rebound prop line.
I think she was in foul trouble, if I'm not mistaken. So it's kind of deceiving, her 5 rebound game last time out.
Yeah, I think she got an early tech, didn't she?
Something. She got less run than she gets usually all year. So.
And I like the multi-contract signing narrative. Players tend to get motivated from that.
Yeah, and it's gonna be exciting to see that on both sides of the ball here. 2 different players with a brand new contract ready to go.
For sure. It looks like when she picked up a foul in the third quarter, she went out and didn't return for quite some time in the last game, most recent game.
Yeah, they'll need her size today, though, especially against this giant lineup for Seattle.
Yeah, we're definitely gonna have to break that down, and what Seattle's gonna do with Ezzy in rotation. Okay, and then as we all know, fan favorite of ours, Plum. I always like targeting her, but it's a bad matchup. Seattle perimeter defense is one of the best with Jewel out there and Gabby. And they really juiced her lines. Her point props all the way up to 21.5, and her PRA's up to 30.5. I think I might just avoid. I think we talked about last night maybe her assist, but I noticed Jackie's picking up playmaking, and Chelsea back in the mix. I don't know. I might just have to completely avoid our girl.
I feel you, man. They already lowered her assist to 5.5, so I'm guessing a lot of people are hitting the under on there. 6.5 assists, so
yeah.
What do you think, Eric?
Yeah, her props are just getting to that danger zone. Any given night, I think she could still drop 20 real points, but this is gonna be a tough one, especially. And we're now kind of seeing Vegas on their road stretch because they've been playing a ton of games at home and pretty comfortable in front of the home crowd here. This might be honestly a packed out. They're doing a discount on their tickets and seating tonight in Seattle. I think it's like $20 and $10 for kids game. So they're trying to pack out the stadium and like really make this a thing tonight. And I believe this is one of the startup for Seattle's home game stretch. So they're going to be there for a little while.
Okay. Yeah, I guess if you wanted access to her and if you think it's going to be a shootout, good game, I would maybe consider a lower lines like her free throw at 3 or her turnovers at 3, because we know Seattle's perimeter defense is very scrappy with Jewel leading the charge there and creating turnovers, and even Brianna when she's out there on the perimeter. I believe last time she played them, she had like 5 turnovers. I wish it was at 2.5, but I would feel more comfortable clicking on it. But I think, at 3, it probably has a higher chance of pushing. But I think with Seattle, we've noted before, they give up a lot of backdoor cuts and easy cutting in the lane layups. So someone's going to have to pick up the scoring here, or it's going to be like the last time they played, and it's just the points are all kind of distributed throughout the team, with everyone getting double-digit points, all the starters. So are you guys interested in any point props or PRA for Las Vegas? Or are you just sticking with the rebounds?
Look at the free throw props for Las Vegas, I think. My favorite of which would be Asia, I think. Asia's got at least 5 free throw attempts in this year and last year against Seattle. She's pushed or better in all those games. So I think she's a top play for me. Especially they're going to need her size again. I keep saying it, but they don't have a ton of bigs out there that can defend Tina and Stewart. So they're going to need the defense out there. She's going to probably not have a good time on the shooting from the perimeter. So I think she goes inside, gets fouled a few times, knocks down 4 free throws for us.
I can get behind that. I like it. Because her point prop is really high too, along with Plum's. They're both at 21.5. So all right. Do you guys have any other, Eric?
Yeah, right there with him on the Asia free throw props. It's one thing I also noticed with the game footage is Asia she'll pull out to go to the 3 line and shoot, and a lot of the times she was crossing over the defense. They would kick it out to her, and she would set up like she was going for the 3, and instead she would drive and catch him on the inside there and draw the foul. And she actually got a bunch of trips on Ezzy the last time, just being able to do that. Or whenever they do the pick and roll, she would catch Jewel a couple times with that.
Right. Her home and away splits are pretty nice difference here. She's averaging about 5 free throw makes a game on the road. Her props only at 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and her season average total across this entire season is 4.1. So hopefully she gets the calls. Okay. And then I think this is where it's going to get interesting. We move on to Seattle. A lot of unknowns here. Is there a reason why they're holding out on Gabby's props?
I guess waiting on the lineup.
They don't know the lineup. So I guess, okay, let's talk about this. So there's a lineup like this we could have that's guard heavy or in forward heavy with Jewel, Gabby, Sue, Brianna, and then Tina at the 5. Or they could go really big and just put Ezzy at the 5, Tina at the 4, and have Gabby coming off the bench. What do you guys think is the most likely outcome? Because we might not get the starting lineup till about 15 minutes before lock.
I think Ezzy will come off the bench. She's kind of a younger player, developmental piece. I think they want to be more patient with her. They're fine letting a more experienced Tina Charles start. That's my prediction.
Yeah, 100% agree. We saw earlier in the season too that Ezzy came off the bench a couple of times, and she's, like you said, a little bit inexperienced by comparison. And another thing is she's been really risky for foul trouble in the first half. A lot of her fouls have been offensive fouls. So not only is she turning the ball over, but not seeing her full run in a lot of potential spots here. The Seattle's definitely kind of leaned to keeping Williams, a streaky shooter, but with these new pieces that we have here, we could honestly just see as he kicked to the bench here, and she's going to come in for either one of Stewart or Tina Charles here. I'm expecting for the entire 4 quarters, we'll have either one of Stewie or Charles on the floor at all times. That's just my prediction.
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes sense, especially against the big front court of Las Vegas.
And just kind of real fast to hit on that too. The conundrum I'm in though is a lot of times we've seen that Tina Charles likes to come out and shoot a lot of these deep 3 balls. So the problem is all 4 of the other teammates for Seattle like to do this, and a lot of times they were leaving Ezzy as the solo one-on-one underneath. So it's going to be interesting this game, and this is I'm kind of left to my thoughts, speculating along with everyone else, but I feel like we're honestly going to see Charles play a lot more down low here, and just between Ezzy coming off the bench, we'll see her or Stewie move out from under that center role and strictly focus on that perimeter shooting.
Yeah, I just envision Brianna Stewart kind of like what Jokic does for the Denver, where they just run the offense to her and him on the high post with pick and rolls, and I feel like she's just gonna have all those 3-point shooters around her with Tina and Jewel and Sue, and she's just gonna pick your poison and just run the offense through the high post.
Yeah, 100%, and really to hit home on that, as he was the only person, honestly, on both units who will not attempt a 3-point shot. And now we have somebody, Charles, who is more than happy to stay out there and chuck it. So this is going to be, it's really interesting. I feel like we got some possible exploits tonight for Seattle and a lot of possible traps that we might fall in.
Yeah, because we just don't know. We have no sample size, nothing to go off of. It's just pure gut predictions here. And it seems like they're really tempting us to go with Jewel's points. That's the lowest I've seen her point probably.
Talking about it, man. I can just feel it. She
Okay,
had a good game last time.
Yeah, I mean, there's obviously multiple ranges of outcome, but I think the 2 main ones are either Tina's going to open the offense up for Jewel and even Brianna, but I feel like maybe it could even open the offense up for Jewel, because Jewel probably sees so much defensive attention when the ball is in Brianna's hand. Teams are just focusing on her so much to stop her on the perimeter. Now with Tina potentially being a 3-point threat on the perimeter and being a threat in the paint, I think it could just open things up for Jewel and maybe help with their scoring. Or it could be the opposite, where Tina just ball hogs and dominates usage and then eats into Jewel's scoring, but then maybe improves Jewel's assist rate. Those are the 2 ranges of outcome that I just don't know yet. And
for sure,
do you guys have any lean just based on the matchup? Who's on the other side with Las Vegas?
She had Gray on her for the most part in the first matchup. Gray and a little bit of, for the switch off pick and roll, she would see Young. I think honestly this might be a little bit better for her in this matchup with Gray back. If she's going to have a little bit of, I wouldn't say out of shape, but if she's not, in her normal groove for the game flow. Plesac was actually a really reasonable defender, and I think that Jewel probably would have had a tougher time against Plesac, and now with Gray back here, if they're going to do a lot of these pick and rolls, that's going to wear her down quick.
Yep.
And this is her second lowest points prop for the season since day one, or since PrizePicks day one.
For Jewel.
Yeah, it got down to 12.5 at one time.
I mean, she just came off that dud of a game. Where she have 8 points, 3 points. Yeah.
3.
She's just a little slump. I mean, she's a shooter, so it happens naturally. Okay. Now this is where I'm kind of on the fence and I can't decide. So earlier this morning when I saw the props drop, I loved Brianna Stewart's 3.5 assists. I mean, someone's going to get a boost in assist rate with Tina joining the team, because how efficient she is scoring. I'm debating: is it going to be Sue primarily, or Jewel, or can Brianna, if we think she's going to run the offense through the high post and have 3-point shooters around her, do we go with the lower line with her 3.5? What is your guys' thoughts?
Personally, I've seen, so at home, Sue Bird is much better. She's way more consistent with her assists. I think she's gotten at least six in all but one home game this year. So she has a potential to hook you. But I think if she does get a boost from Tina being there, she could easily clear that prop. So I think Sue Bird will get the lift there in the assist.
Okay. So you guys think that if Ezzy's coming off the bench, you think Sue's minutes are safe and that Ezzy would check in for either Gabby or Brianna or Tina?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think first check-in, she's going to come in for Tina. Tina will sit and she'll play alongside Stewie. And then we'll see some of the bench guards. If they haven't checked in at that point, they'll come in and make the main pieces rotate there.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, it's a tough call, man. I would definitely like Jewel's assists prop the most if it was at 3.5. I think it has a real good shot of pushing at 4. But yeah, I mean, Brianna, the only thing that scares me with Brianna is that if she gets hot and gets rolling and she's not looking to pass, it's game over for the assists. So, but we've seen the spike games with her assists just because how they run the offense to her. And it's just my game theory that Tina's only going to make that better. Yeah, I don't know.
And Ezzy, Ezzy, she was 4 for 12 in their first meeting, and the assist opportunity or missed assist potential for Stewart was insane.
Yeah, and Sue just got there with 7. All right, so let's decide as a group which one do we want as number 1.
I think Stewart, just because we saw this exact same thing with Cambridge and NECA 2 nights ago, and they just absolutely destroyed Vegas's front court.
So you want her points?
I think Stewart's 3.5 assists. If we're going to go on an assist prop.
Yeah. Liz was getting a ton of assists last game. A lot of them were just heat checks for the guards. With Lexi Brown, I think she had 5, maybe 6 threes last game. And they were not defending. Yeah, wide open. And I know, I think Lloyd, the players voted her as a starter for the All-Star game. So they clearly respect her. But with Tina there, I think she's going to get a lot less defensive attention. Could see a little bit of a similarity there. I think she can get 2, maybe 3 threes, but I like her points a lot, especially with to pair with Stewart assist.
Who was that? Which points?
Lloyd, Jewel Lloyd.
You know, I'm always down with her, man. Her and Plum.
It's just so low, 13.5.
I love them. Yeah, let's just hope that Tina doesn't ball hog. We've seen in NBA at least, like when a player first joins a team, I feel like they play extra motivated, like try harder to try to prove themselves to the team, like that they're worthy and they're supposed to be there. And I feel like the team kind of supports them and lets them do their thing. But who knows? Yeah.
Yeah, well, Tina didn't play well against the Aces last time, I'm pretty sure. So I don't want to risk it with her.
With Tina?
Yeah. But for Stewart at home is a stock monster. She's averaging 3.4 stocks at home per game. She's only missed the mark twice this season against this season at home, and she had 3 of them last time against Vegas. I think it's a pretty safe pick. If you're okay with the push, I think that's a pretty safe pick. And especially we talked about how when Ezzy is out there, it kind of hurts Stewart assists stocks. So with Tina there, I think Stewart could easily get 3.5.
I'm with you on that. And then for Tina, if we didn't want to go with her scoring because we don't know her role and how the chemistry is going to be, what about her rebounding?
Yeah, it's under her season average. I think it's a reasonable play under 7.
I mean, it's not a great rebounding spot, but
yeah,
huge pace up.
But there's no way that Wilson and Hamby get like 35 combined rebounds again. It's just not going to happen. They have to go somewhere.
Yeah. You brought up a good point. It's a massive pace up. So I mean, Vegas runs the fastest pace in the league. They're first in pace, so more shots to go up, more rebounds, opportunity there. So I would say if I had to pick for Tina, that'd probably be my favorite for her. And then I marked Sue's assist. I don't know if you guys had any others for that, but I guess we'll have to wait and see what Gabby's props are. But I'm probably gonna stay away from her now that Tina's there. I feel like she's gonna take the biggest hit because she was already not shooting that much to begin with. And then I'm curious if we get Ezzy props. Are you guys interested? Or are you fading?
Well, it all depends on what it is, but oof. I think also to go along with my theory for Stewart stocks, I think it's going to also help Ezzy if they're not out there together. Because I think Tina she kind of just plays straight up defense, and so Ezzy or Stewart can easily come and get a block from the side, which they always love to do.
Yep.
So, I want to see what kind of props you get for her, but yeah, Chelsea Gray props are up.
Yeah. Her rebounds are interesting too.
No, I don't like Chelsea Gray rebounds. If you look at her history, I think she hit 4 straight games, and that's it the whole year. That's it. And those are the games that Jackie was injured. Either she was out or she was hobbled. So I wouldn't touch Chelsea Gray's rebounds. It's a trap, I think.
Yeah.
I actually been going under on them last 2 games.
What about, man? Her fantasy is really high.
Yeah, they didn't give any discount. They must think she's getting her full run today.
I'd almost be down with her turnovers too. Yeah, I think her playing definitely affects Plum's assist potential too. Have they changed Plum's assist?
Plum's 5.5. It's about where it is in Gray plays, anyways.
I think it was 6 last night.
It was 6. Yeah. It was 6 before the stream started. Right before.
Okay.
It might have got changed. So.
Yeah, they adjusted. Yeah, I might just stay away from Gray altogether.
Yeah.
All right. Before we do catch up a chat and do our team cards, any other Seattle things you guys want to go over?
Not really. We're still just kind of waiting on a few pieces starting to line up, and I think maybe if we get some last minute props, there could be a little bit more debate there. But I don't think we're gonna get anything in a timely manner.
Okay. All right, let's catch up with chat. Move on. Emerson said, liking free throw props to be safe. Honestly, till these new lines work out a little unless Tina goes from first to 4 gear and takes charge, I wouldn't think she gets close to her point prop. Yeah, with you on that. Great props are up. Yep, thank you, Elena. Contactor said sub hot for you. Oh, super hot for you. Toa said great at 6.5 assists. Jackie at 4.5 assists. Plum at 6 assists. Someone is not hitting their assist line. That's
Jackie's high. Sure. It's great. It's playing.
Yeah, it's true.
4.5 is high.
Did they move Jackie's assists though after the Gray news?
Let's see. Yeah, 4. Yeah, okay. Makes sense.
Yep. Oh, the bot's back. Let's go. Gundecker said, just got my DeJounte Murray Spurs jersey. Boys, gonna be a great year. What? Emerson said they're juicing their props. These props off their last matches for sure. Yeah. Tina the glass cleaner. Tato said, Gray, Jackie, or Plum, which assist line are we taking under?
They're all pretty adjusted, I feel like.
Now that they're adjusted, I'm probably just going to avoid them.
Yeah. Too many question marks in this game.
Yeah.
With assists. Assists, you kind of have to be, you have to know what's going to happen in that game.
Yeah. All right. Let's do some team cards here. Try to find our favorite one. Kate, since you are a special guest today, you can go first, man.
Okay. I guess we'll do Queen rebounds for the birthday girl.
Wait, seriously?
Yeah, I'm serious.
I thought you were talking about how she's burned you. You wanted to avoid her.
But it's your birthday. I can't. I have to.
Oh, man.
She pushed in the last 2 matchups,
yeah,
right?
She pushed and she had fouls. And
all right.
Yeah, she did well in the other matchup too. So I think she's safe for a push at least.
On paper, it checks out.
Yeah. With the narrative as well, I think Melissa might let her grab a few extra.
All right, then I'm going Skylar's 19.5. And Eric?
Yeah, for sure.
Do we want to do the petty free square, or does that count?
No, go for it. Go for it. It correlates with Skylar for this card.
Yeah, definitely want petty 3.5 assists.
All right, Cade.
One more?
We'll do 3-5 flex.
Okay. Give me Asia Wilson free throws.
Nice.
And then the 5th one, we can do it collectively, agree on. One that we all really liked, I think, would be probably Brianna Turner's points. No, I'm kidding. Probably Hamby's rebounds, I was going to suggest, or Brianna Stewart's assists. I mean, we're going to do multiple cards, so we get exposure to them. But in terms of this card construction, what would make the most sense here? Let's see.
What about Stewie Stocks?
Okay.
She's gonna be trying to swipe, extra foul attempts on Asia, maybe.
True.
All right, card number 1, fam. Yeah, I would say if you can get exposure and separate cards to her Brianna stocks and to her assist.
Yeah, I didn't mind her real points until they juiced it right before we went live.
Yeah, 19.5.
Yeah.
Someone's missing their prop for Seattle because I think Lloyd's like 15, Stewart's like 20, Tina's like 15, right? So that's 50 points right there. Sue's gonna about 5 to 10.
I agree. Okay, Eric, your turn for this second one.
Let's see. Let's go with Kelsey Mitchell and her 3 free throws.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna go with I'm gonna go with Hamby's rebound. We all liked it from the start.
All right.
Kate?
Give me. I hate to say it, but Tarasi's threes. I hate to say it, but I think that's another pretty safe pick. She's averaging 5.5 per game against Indiana.
She's gonna chuck it.
Yeah, I don't see it stopping. I thought we thought it was gonna open at 4. It was 3, so I was just like,
yeah, because I mean, Enrique, they that's what they did to her when she went on that like 3-point barrage. They bumped her all the way up to 4. It's like Steph Curry territory.
She's got a huge home away split difference. She's averaging about 21, I think, 21 points a game at home and like 13 on the road. So,
yeah. I mean, with that, I mean,
you go to the points, but she shot 15 of 17 of her shots from 3. So, last game.
And then, I mean, it makes sense to pair Petty's assists with that really strong correlation.
Yeah, and then her assists are going to go along with so many cards.
Yeah. And then what do you want for the last one, Eric, here?
Let's see. For the last one, let's go with... We don't have Lloyd up there yet, do we?
Mm-mm.
All right. Lloyd, real points. Let's go with that one.
Card number 2, and then we'll do one more. One more for the crew. Just reading chat. Okay. I'm gonna go first. I guess it's my turn to go first here. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go Brianna's assist since we didn't have it in any of those cards.
Okay.
Let's see. I think it's still right there on the line, but man, I really like Sophie Cunningham, her first half PRAs.
Okay.
Kelsey. I think Vivian's is playing too much to not at least get 3 rebounds today. I like Vivian's rebounds.
I mean, I like it, man, with Phoenix being the worst rebounding team.
Yeah, I feel like that last game was pretty slow. Not a lot of rebound chances. Not a lot of long shot. Because if Diana misses more of those shots, she's truly going to get at least another rebound. So.
Yeah, that's a very good point. That's more rebound opportunity. I like it. I mean, you got exposure to Egbo's rebound in case she has a spike rebound game in that one card, and then now you have Victoria. And then, obviously, Melissa would be a rebound target. And then, which one do we collectively like that we don't have exposure to? Probably just gonna say Skylar again. We only had her on one card, right?
Yeah.
We could do her real points again, or if you want to do her 3-point prop or her free throws.
Yeah, they're all right there. I think she missed her free throws.
She's missed it 3 games in a row.
Her free throw?
Won.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think she can get it today, but after the last 3 games, I can't.
It's understandable. I don't want to rely on the ref. Just go with the real points.
Especially at the last game.
Okay. Last one. What do we want? What are we missing that we all liked here? I guess it would be Tina's rebounds, possibly.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's got to be in place somewhere.
It's too low. She's gone over 3 out of every 4 games, 75%. Let's see how she is at home. I guess it doesn't really matter too much, but oh yeah, wow. She had 9 versus Las Vegas last time.
Oh, really? They only played. Yeah. Did she only play him once this season?
Yeah, just once. Oh, twice. She had 7 and 9.
I like it. I mean, Seattle needs help with their rebounding. Obviously, they're second to last. So
yeah.
I like it.
So this card is leaving out Las Vegas, which is fine.
Yeah, that's not too bad. I mean, we got Gray coming back and a few questionables there.
Yeah. Okay, let me pull this up and see which one we like. Which one do we like the most, chat? What's going to be our core card? Obviously, you can take pieces of each card and build your own, but I don't know how well we can see this. What are we thinking? Which one do you guys like the most or feel most confident
on? I think that honestly, the first card we built.
The first one.
The one in the middle there.
Yeah, the middle. I feel really strongly about the bottom 4 and Queen. It's her birthday. think she has to get 6 or she's just got a bad birthday.
Yeah, I mean, worst case, if you run it as a 5 flex and it pushes, it's fine.
Or you could even go like Hammy rebounds over that if you don't feel comfortable with her.
For sure.
I like these cards because a lot of it has good correlation and no chance of cutting into any other production.
Yeah. I guess we couldn't improve the correlation here if we paired Brianna's 3.5 assists with Jules' points. But you don't sometimes forcing correlations can put you in a bad spot, and I've noticed that because it always feels good. It's like, oh yeah, this is a real strong correlation. Let me play it, and it kind of forces you into card construction. So something to just think about. You don't always have to have positive correlation, but like Eric said, you want to stay away from negative correlation, obviously. Okay, I'm gonna vote. Yeah, I'm probably gonna say for me, the middle one too, because yeah, I'm nervous about first halves now. First half props has been burning me. So for the third card, yeah, that scares me. And then first one, Deanna always scares me, but I get it.
You could still go Cunningham's full game. I don't know if that was intentional, but they still have the misprice. The full game's at 16.5 PRA.
Yeah. No, I mean, it makes sense. I mean, she was super productive in the first half, and I think she's playing crazy minutes, so.
Yeah, she played a ton in the first half.
Okay. We're just seeing if chat had any votes here, but looks like not. I'll just catch up. I want to see what everyone's laughing about before we get off. Cowboys upset that this girl Victoria didn't get attention. Hey, Cade.
I got you, man.
Yeah, he got you got exposure to her in one card.
I think her real points are still live, under 12.
Yeah, I played that on Monday. I mean, Cowboy in it. She cleared it barely, I think, at the end there. Wait, what happened with Gunn? He said Cowboys about to submit a complaint to Run DFS. Emerson, he said, "I'm gonna have this promo till I die." Take it to the grave, man. Jason said Sophie's first half period is 10.5, but full game is 16.5. Why not full game? Wow, they're taxing you that much for the first half?
Yeah, it's huge.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. It's a high risk, high reward thing, but oh my gosh, she was involved in like 80% of the offensive plays though in their first rotation.
She looked really tired at the end.
Yeah.
She has not been used to playing this much minutes.
Yeah, definitely very gassed on the second half.
Yeah, I noticed that she has a brace on her arm too.
So I'm pointing to all the houses she's selling.
Cowboy said, I hope Queen is better than CP3 on his birthday.
Oh, gosh.
I will say this, she's turning 22 at least. She's not like turning 21. So she wasn't out drinking, partying last night. All right. Last thing Emerson said, please show these spam cards. I'm laughing too much to keep track. Yeah, I will. I will on the Discord channel, which is free. If you're not part of it yet, the link is down below on the YouTube page. Definitely join us. We're always working together, and it's a real good group of people. Always positive vibes. no hate and negative vibes. So, if you're looking for true teamwork, definitely join us. And I will share these. I took screenshots of each of these, so I will share all three in the free Discord. All right. Skimmer said, thanks, fellas. No problem. It's fun. Glad that we got Kate on here. And eventually we'll get Gunn. We'll figure out a time when baseball doesn't interfere. We'll get him on here to host. Yeah. Fun times. You guys got anything else you want to close out with?
No, I think that's about it. Just double check, see if I'm crazy. Was Plum her real points at 21.5? Or did they get adjusted again?
Last time I saw was 21.5. Did it move?
I just wanted to, I guess, confirm that did not move, or is that what it opened
Yeah, it's still
at?
at 21.5.
Okay. Yeah, I think just keep an eye out for Vegas. They might readjust lines, and
With
whenever we
Gray.
get Seattle starters, we'll probably get a few extra props.
That's a good point. They did move Jackie. She was at 18.5. Now she's at 17.5. But Asia and Plum stayed at 21.5. Which is kind of interesting. I don't know. And Hamby stayed at 13.5. I think she was 13. She 14.5.
I think it was 13. Yeah.
Yeah, so it looks like Jackie's the only points that moved. Maybe there was some line shift in PRA or fantasy. Let me check. Nope. Still the same for Plum. I believe Asia's the same. Okay, so Jackie was the only one that really got major adjustments. Her assists went down, her PRA went down, and her fantasy. So they're thinking that she's going to get affected the most by Chelsea Gray, which makes sense.
Interesting.
Okay, yeah, we have plenty of time for card construction, but I would look out for the starting lineup for Seattle. Let's confirm that Ezzy is going to be playing off the bench like we talked about. Wait on that, and then see what if we get any bench pieces. If we do get Ezzy, let's see what the props are. If they're super juiced, like if they're around what her production has been normally, with Tina not part of the team, can maybe consider some unders there. And then is there any other pieces that we were waiting on? Yeah, we just look out for bench pieces, maybe for Indiana. And then maybe a bench piece for Las Vegas. But I noticed we haven't been really getting bench players since this new PrizePick line makers joined the team. Have you guys noticed that?
Yeah.
Yeah. They're more worried about proactive adjustments than variety and options.
For sure. It's unfortunate because the bench players were so key for us.
I think that's about all we got.
Yeah, appreciate that, Willie. Said first time watching, will be joining Discord. Yeah, welcome, man. Glad to have you. All right, guys. I will be around the Discord. I'll probably be gone a little bit before lock, and then I'll try to get back in Discord for when both games start to sweat it out with you guys. But yeah, good luck, everyone, and we will catch you tomorrow. What do we have? 2 game slate?
Is it 2 or 1?
I know Thursday is usually the 1 gamer.
Yeah, until they dropped 4 on us last week.
Oh, great. We get to land on the road again.
Playing light.
We got the Howard versus Howard matchup.
Oh, boy.
That should be a fun one. Yeah, we'll still chop it up. Why not? All right, guys. Good luck, everyone. I hope you guys crush it.
Good luck tonight.
Peace.
Let's fucking go. We about to go big. Kill him with the PrizePicks. Let's fucking go. You watching Contact. You can thank him, man. About to go big. Kill him with the PrizePicks. About to go big. Kill him with the PrizePicks. 24/7 researching, it's all a fantasy. But if I make the right plays, it pays automatically. Bankroll showing that I know it dope strategy. On a winning streak, I'm stacking a dose of the bookies, all get mad at me. Confident with power plays, not clicking on a flex today. 10 times the money, and we all about to get paid. Eric and Josh on the stream, they be killing it. Never gonna stop it, I like if you feeling it. Picking the players, they all never time. You can't make up your mind and just go with your gut. Fantasize and Sasha Cloud. Gabby Williams said, watch your mouth. They 1 and they 2, I play the over, they come through. Jackie Young and Kelsey Plum, pick them both, we stacking them. Going big to the maximum, just push them in, we cashing them. Let's fucking go. We about to go big. Kill him with the PrizePicks. Let's fucking go. You watching Contact. You can thank him, man. About to go big. Kill him with the PrizePicks. About to go big. Kill him with the PrizePicks. We about to go big.
This is the game.
You watching Contact.
Let's get hunting.
You can thank him, man.